you think you've seen everything. And then this happens. You're standing in the freezing cold in the field in the middle of Laois. But why not? DCU have got here. They had a few traffic problems getting here, but the game's going to start at 8:30. Was to start at 7:45. But sure, what's 45 minutes between friends on a freezing December night? And the equipment is glistening here in the cold, but sure, it's fine. And these lads will go out and give us great entertainment that will warm us up. And you know what? Never mind that wee competition out in the Middle East. Never mind that. It means that you can watch this here late into the night, and they'll probably go to extra time as well, so you'll have fantastic entertainment, better than anything you can see, and certainly not on, as I say, a chilly night in December. And the man with me is Mike Hyland. And Mike, great to have you with us here. It's Baltic, but sure, you know, that's the time of year.
Yeah, Jerome, good to be here. As you said, a bit delayed, but they got here safely, which is the main thing, and we're looking forward to getting started now in 5 minutes.
So DCU arrived just about 8 o'clock. They've half an hour to warm up, so they've a decent time to warm up. There'll be no issues there with injuries or anything like that. They'll be getting ready.
No, they've plenty of time to warm up. I think nights like tonight, they probably don't need as much time. They won't be out as long anyway in these conditions, so the half an hour is plenty. They all seem pretty relaxed anyway. I've definitely seen people coming in later and having to start sooner, so look, they'll be raring to go in a few minutes.
And good crowd as I'm looking down to my left and right here. A lot of family members coming, and we should have a good audience online as well, because it's top class hurling.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they're all 19-year-olds or thereabouts, but these guys are quality. I mean, the games I've seen back in 2017 down in UCC, even in terrible rain, and last year up in Dangan, I mean, the quality is unreal.
Yeah, no, the quality is unsurpassed really. We've two very strong teams again here tonight, so it should be a very even contest. I think talking to a few people, I know obviously UL had an all-star team last year, kind of a team of teams, but there's probably more level competition this year, and it should lend to a great final tonight. Looking
out here, Mike, you can see obviously is it not quite frost on the ground, but you can almost feel a frost. Are these good conditions? Is this a good pitch? I mean, this is a Clonad club that is, it says proudly on the wall, it's a hurling club. It's not football. This is a serious hurling club. Yeah, no, the pitch looks in great condition. I mean, the time of year and with the lights, you'd imagine they're going to be under pressure for teams looking to get access on it. But no, there's loads of grass there. I know that the frost is starting to form and it's coming up through our shoes and everything here, so we'll have to move around a bit. But no, the pitch is in great condition, the lights are fantastic, and as you said, there's a good crowd of family and other supporters around here to cheer on the two teams. And there's a trophy arriving as well, right on cue. Just on time. So we have that perfect. We have Thanks, Dave. A cup for which you'll be presenting later on, but you're stuck with us in the meantime. But here, let's have a look at the teams. Let's start with UL. We did say that there are a lot of star players, star names at this sort of level. Well, they've got the likes of Conor Hanley Clark in goals. He's actually an outfield player most of the time. Scored a couple of points in the championship final last year for Kilmallock down in Limerick. But his dad is actually Davy Clark. Yeah, I saw him there. He's down to the right of us there. So he is. So yeah, Conor, well known. Plays out the field for his club, sometimes plays in goals. He was in goals to the Limerick under-20s last year. Top class player, can play anywhere really, so we'll get to see what he's like here tonight. I think his dad was more a half-back, but he got an all-star 1994, 28 years ago, so that's his dad who's here. The captain is in front of him there, number 3, Ian McNamara from Killanena in Clare. Hope I pronounced that right. And the vice captain is in number 2 there, that's Joseph Hochter. He's from Offaly, so an Offaly-Clare combination. Then you have Evan O'Leary, he's from Ahane and Limerick. 5 is Oisin Walsh, he's Waterford. 6 is Anthony Layden from Tulla and Clare. 7, Mike Fitzpatrick from Drummond and Tipperary. And just mentioning that for you. Number 8, John Keneally is from Clare, and Ronan O'Connor, number 9, is also Clare. In the forwards there, you have actually 7 Clare men and all, and 3 Limerick, by the way. Number 10 though is Evan McAvoy, he is Kilkenny. Lisdowney. Sean Rinn is Clare. Garrod Sheedy is Clare. Sean O'Neill is Galway. 14 is Keith Smith, he's Clare. In fact, he's the same club as the captain Ian McNamara. And 15 is Liam Dennehy from Glenroe in Limerick. Do you know many of these boys? Yeah, there's a few of them there, you know, and obviously there's a good few of them from East Clare. They would have played for Tulla that won the Harty Cup last year, so there was a strong team, and obviously a lot of them have gone into college together, and they'll be the backbone and a strong freshers team here tonight. And let's look on at the DCU team now. We have a couple of minutes to go to the start. And for DCU, they have Tiernan Doyle in goals. He's from Wexford. 2 is Porrig Lennon from Kilkenny. 3 Conor Cody from Clara in Kilkenny. In fact, there's 6 Kilkenny in all. 3 dubs, mainly all in the forwards, and 2 Wexford. Sam Burke is Offaly. 5 is Billy Reid from Glenmore in Kilkenny. 6 Paddy Langton, also Kilkenny from Young Irelands. Evan Kelly is 7 from Carlow from Mount Leinster Rangers. Midfield, you have James Carroll, number 8 from Dixborough in Kilkenny. 9 is Dara Carley from Wexford. 10 Peter Clark from Westmeath, Castletown Gagan. In fact, they won the county senior championship this year with him in it. 11 Neil Hogan from Castleknock in Dublin. 12 Owen O'Brien Kilkenny. 13 Killian Dunn from Laois. 14 Oisin Mulcahy is St Vincent's in Dublin, and Adam McAweeney is one to watch. He is Raheny in Dublin, and in fact he's a rising star in the game. Last year in the Dublin Minor A final he helped them win it for the first time ever, and this year he made his debut in the senior championship, scored 1-6 in a senior debut. He's one to watch. I take it you know about him and a few of those other lads.
Yeah, look, there's a very high standard on the team here. Obviously there's a good few Kilkenny lads, and a few of them have played under 20 and all played minor, so they're 2 evenly matched teams here tonight, so we're looking forward to it. And look, it's cold here tonight, but we've no breeze at all, so it's very even. There's no wind or anything, and it's to stay dry for the night. So look, while the temperatures are pretty low, everything else is good as can be for the time of year, so really looking forward to it. And
that's the referee out there in place. That's Porrig Dunn. He is Laois. In fact, he's from Colt, not too far away from here. And they teamed up with Shanahoe, but I'm not sure it was a marriage made in heaven, going by the banter between the umpires and himself inside there, you know, but good banter nonetheless. So they have sort of joined up. He is also a former player, as most of them are. He would have played senior championship years ago with Colt, maybe not too many years ago, but he's one of the up and coming refs as well. I think
he's on the Leinster panel, so he's probably the step below the inter-county panel, and obviously be hoping to make a name for himself and move up the tiers in refereeing.
Great game last night, by the way, Mike. You'll be delighted, I'm sure you heard. Division 2 final. Carlow 310, UL 116 was a bit of a thriller. I mean, everyone seems to have enjoyed that. We could do with one of those sort of games tonight.
Yeah, hopefully we can only hope. But look, it's set up to be a great game here tonight. 2 strong teams, good conditions, and can't wait for it to get thrown in now.
And it's the John Corcoran Cup. We have to mention that as well. Who would have served with you and committees and that down the years as well. We always have to remember that. John Corcoran, UCC man from the college.
Yeah. It was larger than life character in many ways.
Absolutely. But 2016 UL won this, 2017 DCU, 2018 DCU, 2019 UL, 22 UL, and that was earlier this year. And you know it's going to be one of those 2 again. So those 2 dominating at this level. Porrig Dunn about to throw it in. So finally we're underway in the freezing cold here in Laois, but we are underway. I see a 21 out there already for UL. We'll try and check who that is in a minute. We'll follow the play though. And we did sort of wonder about the conditions, but one player slipped there at the start, but it's okay. He got up and that's over the bar, and that's a point right away. I didn't actually catch his number over there, but that is a point right at the start in the first 30 seconds of the game. I see 19 out there as well for DCU. I'm going to have to dip into the numbers, or maybe you have them there, Mike, so you can 19, get me that. We'll go on with the game just for a minute, but we get a break. We'll update people on those late changes. DCU, of course, in the familiar yellow, bright yellow, and UL in their white. They seem to wear different colours nearly every time I see them these days. Navy or maroon or whatever, and that's played down into the right corner, and this is where I need my step to try and get up and see into that corner. There's a lot of people there, and the camera's following it, but I can't see it. There's the ball coming out now, and they're getting it to John Conneely, the Clare man at number 8. Big fellas around the middle of the field when you see them up close here, and that's a big lad too. And that is Dara Carley, the Wexford man for DCU, and he puts it in around the house here, and the goalkeeper just managed to get out first. But was there a chop there? Yeah, he had advantage signal there just as the ball was played in, and nothing improved from it. So we're back here to the 60 for the free. I was going to say 65. It's just past the 65. What about those changes? Who have you spotted? So we have number 19 for DCU, Paddy Doyle from Nave Barogue in Dublin. Another dub, yes indeed. And we've another Clare man in for UL, Rory O'Connell from Clarecastle. My pen's not working, Mike. I think it's frozen. But it's okay. There, it's working now, I think. Now from this, will it be 2 points to no score? Is that straight? No, he's put it over to the right, Neil Hogan. He's missed that one. So just to clarify, Paddy Doyle, and he's another dub. What club did you say? From Nave Barogue. Oh yeah, Nave Barogue. Okay, I'll get the other ones in a second. Pen doesn't like the cold. not too fond of it either, but we're well wrapped up here. Number 5 is Oisin Walsh from Waterford, drilling that down into the right corner, and it's picked up in that far right corner, and this is UL looking for their first score of the game. He's overcarried there, and he just turned and twisted a bit too much.
Yeah, he's probably unfortunate now. He was looking to play it in, but the cornerback held him up well there now. In fairness, he didn't let him through, so probably was maybe a bit harsh, but it definitely overplayed the ball a small bit, yeah.
Goalkeeper's coming out to take it, Conor Hanley-Clark. As I say, he's not always known as a goalkeeper, but he's in there today, and he's a fine goalkeeper when he does go in there, but he's having to fill in for them, and he's willing to do that, and he's a good keeper. Good outfield as well if they need that option, if they need to bring him out. There's a free for UL in the opening minutes of the game. And chilly leash, Clonad, not to be confused with Clonard. Number 14's coming out to take it. That's Mulcahy, St Vincent's, and he's a dub. I'm not sure who has not started, but we were certainly named with 3 dubs, 2 starts. So they've all started out before. In fact, the goalkeeper's coming out to take this, is he?
So here, this is Conor Hanley-Clark.
Oh, sorry, I got my goalkeepers mixed up. So it was Tiernan Doyle at the other end for DCU.
So.
Yeah, so this is Hanley-Clark with his dad, the All-Star Dave, in the crowd here watching the game. And he strikes it very nicely, and that looks like it's going straight over. Well, that's why they get him to do it. I did say he plays outfield and he likes getting scores, and he got 2 last year for Kilmarnock in the Limerick Senior Hurling Final. And there's 1 at the start, and we've no scoreboard here, Mike, so we're going to have to keep touch with that, but we have a scoreboard on the screen. We don't have a scoreboard in the ground, but that's 1 point each.
Thanks, Vic.
Way over on that far side, I can't see exactly who's got it there, but this is the number 13, Sean O'Neill, trying to get in there, but they're holding him up well again, not letting them get through there at all, and nicely dealt with. And DCU have only conceded once, and that was from a long range free. Now that's a nice ball from Owen O'Brien, picking out Neil Hogan. Kilkenny and Dublin combining. Now where's he going with this? Well, he just pops it down into the corner, and was that another chop? But the referee certainly gives him a free.
I don't know, was it a chop or was it more of a bit of a high tackle? He seemed to indicate towards around the head area there.
Yeah. So early stages, what's gone? 4, nearly 5 minutes gone, 1 point each. So low key enough start, as you would imagine, and appreciate after the difficulties getting here on the cool night.
Yeah, and I suppose even if one team was late here, the other team were hanging around for a lot longer than they had anticipated, and that brings its own troubles too, and people might get a bit wound up in that. So it'll just take them a while to ease their way into the game.
Neil Hogan from Castleknock in Dublin. I'm whispering because he could maybe hear us from here. I don't want to put him off now. He put one to the right. I think that one's gone to the right as well.
Right again, yeah. He struck it well. He just was off a bit with his accuracy. It's hard, I suppose. He's after getting 2 frees pretty far out. He might like it a bit more close in one to get going.
Absolutely, just to settle him, just to give him a bit of confidence. Now this is good strong running by John Keneally for UL, and there's the 21. Who was that again? Did you get that 21 for UL?
21 is Rory O'Connell from
O'Connell. Oh, you did tell me about him. 21 Rory O'Connell. That one is gone to the right, another wide. Referee is blowing his whistle and holding us up here, and he's actually talking to the linesperson here, and the linesperson said it was a point, and he would have had the same angle more or less as us. What did you think, Mike?
I wouldn't call it as a point. I think it was close. It was very high. He was a bit closer to the play in that stage than we were, so he obviously had a better view of it than us. But I wouldn't have thought it was a point from here now. Well,
referee's gone in to check, so it's difficult being an official because he's his linesperson telling him it was a point, and he's his umpire signal it wide, and he's given it in the end, and it's 2 points to 1.
Yeah, the linesman wasn't in any doubt. He gave it straight away. So
that's true.
Yeah,
that's true. I was going to say 3 wides in a row, but they've got off the hook there. They've got a score.
Yeah, and it was a fabulous score right on the sideline.
So just to check again, 21 Rory O'Connell. You give me that. I've got that down. That's for UL.
Yeah.
Okay. And 19 is Paddy Doyle from Naomh Barrow. So those are 2 changes. Have you spotted any more? Any outside the 15? No. UL on the attack. They're going to get their first score from play, but well blocked down. I think that was Conor Cody, the fullback there. Kilkenny man who got his hurl to that one. And that one is played into space, but it's really down the throat of the defence, and Ian McNamara, the captain of UL, had no problem at all in transferring that. They need to be a bit more accurate with those balls. They can't make it that easy. I presume there's room there because DCU have maybe dropped a player back. Now that's a bad angle there, but he tried it anyway, didn't get it, and that is definitely a wide this time.
The new man in there, Rory O'Connell, took that shot on.
Now for DCU, that is Tiernan Doyle, the goalkeeper. Got it right this time, but that's actually gone astray. He wasn't able to pick that up, and it has gone out for a UL ball. Again, the crowd, as you often find at these college matches, even when you put a bit of a rope up, they sort of encroach very close.
Yeah, they creep in closer and closer between.
So even though I've got a step, I'm not going to see that. But there's another wide. Yeah, both teams haven't really settled,
No,
have they?
no, it hasn't really taken any sort of a pattern yet.
Although I have to say, I'm looking around the last couple of hours and thinking, how do you play fantastic hurling in this cold? But I guess these boys will get up to speed and they will warm up as the game goes on. This is John Keneally again. The Clare man involved a lot. Now it's a good challenge coming in there from Paddy Doyle to disrupt the play. And there he is again, Doyle. That's great work by the man from Naomh Barrow. But has he found a teammate? He has. That's great play. And it was all about his graft and hard work around the middle. And on the run it is that man, McAweeney, another dub from Raheny. He is very dangerous, but he doesn't get through on that occasion. But you saw a glimpse there of what we were talking about and what we've heard about this young fella, Adam McAweeney. He was direct and he was going for it. But UL have it now, and they've managed to repel that attack, and now they're off on their own. This is Ronan O'Connor around the middle of the field with a yellow helmet. Clare man, maybe that explains the yellow helmet. And it's popped back out again to Sean Rinn, another Clare man. And that has gone in towards the goalkeeper, but it's intercepted in there by Keith Smith, trying to nip in there and get a score. Has he got that one? If it is, it'll be their first from play, I think, and he has got it. That's a fine score indeed. And DCU were a little bit lax at the back there. Do you know the reason I'm getting mixed up in the goalkeepers? He's wearing white, same colour as the UL player, so it's a bit confusing back there.
We say to the ref at half time, will we?
Yeah, I'm giving myself a bit of an out there. He might spot it before then. Now there's a ball again being drilled down into the full forward line, but is it going to get? And again, it doesn't quite get there. And UL at the back dealing quite well.
They are, yeah. Good, nice, solid full back play there now, cutting the ball out and just moving it up the field.
Yeah, they're good moving up sort of around this area there. They're trying to play it through the hands. But from a DCU point of view, Mike, they just seem to be launching balls in there and they're not sticking.
Not yet, no, not yet. But it's nice to see the ball being played in nice and fast into the forwards. Is what they'll want to see. And they only need one or two to stick, and they can build a platform from there.
What's the sort of game you should play in these sort of conditions, do you think, really?
It depends on the players you have. I mean, look, we can see them there, they're all well able to mix it. Their halfbacks are well able to play it short and that, and if they get a chance, they're launching it in. I suppose it'll depend on the players you have today, but I think most teams, the inside forwards look very lively, so you'd like to see them getting it in quickly enough, if they possibly can. But that's easier said than done, and nice
done
like
it again.
Tonight. He has.
Now are you sure that's Conor Hanley-Clark? He's not wearing a number now, he's wearing a top. Are you sure it's him?
Definitely, yeah.
Definitely him, okay.
Yeah.
That's 2 points for him, and 2 points for DCU, but 3 points for UL. Just someone on the chat there on the YouTube channel was sort of doubting a little bit whether it was him or not, but good to know for certain.
Well, he's got a Limerick jumper, a Limerick top on in there. So
that's it, Lou.
Yeah.
That's it, Lou. And his dad's here. Now, good running there by the number 12, Owen O'Brien. Being chased, but he gets it again. O'Brien, if he can get that up, it could be a score in it for DCU. Makes a bit of room for himself and puts it over nicely indeed. And that's a good reply from them. And yeah, it's even.
He did well there. He took it on himself and tried to pass it on. The pass didn't work out, but he got it back and set it himself and scored a nice point.
Right, the puck out goes more or less down the middle, beautifully taken. That's a great catch by the 21 Rory O'Connell, and he might even put that over. That's what you call economy of effort. Straight from the goalkeeper into midfield, catch over the bar at the other end. That is direct play, and it's a great score.
Yeah, lovely score. Great puck out. He held it well fielded, got a bit of space and stuck it straight over the bar. I think in fairness, the two teams were saying were maybe a bit slow to settle, but their striking and touch has been very good. It's maybe just the play hasn't developed out of it, but they've been playing very well.
Absolutely. Right, what can DCU do about that? Grafting around the middle of the field is James Carroll from Dixborough. in Kilkenny, and it's again that direct high ball in there. It's a tricky one for the keeper, watches it really well though and just catches it easily. I'm saying he's not always a goalkeeper, but any goalkeeper would be happy on a night like this to catch a ball as easily as that. That's great play from him. This is Dara Carley, Wexford man, going down the right hand side, and as he put it over, he's put it right and he's put it wide.
To the right, yeah. He's just went right to his tail at the last moment. It's a good run.
I was going to mention that his hero was Joe Canning, and he was scoring one like Joe Canning, but Joe wouldn't be happy with that one. Not a great angle, but still put it wide. DCU working really hard, you see it, to get the ball back. They've done that 2 or 3 times, and that's created a chance here for Killian Dunn, but as he got it right, it's dropping short again. Goalkeeper takes it confidently on his hurl, drives it back where it came from with a bit of attitude as well. It's gone a little bit further, but that's easily dealt with and popped down to Paddy Langton. That's Owen O'Brien, a couple of Kilkenny men in there, and they get a free as well.
Yeah, I think they were just a bit high with the hurleys there and the tackle, so we could hear it well over from here and need the hand up straight away.
So 13 minutes gone. No fireworks yet, no goals yet, but 4 points to 3. Both teams just sussing each other out, really. Well balanced teams. Last year it was a little bit one-sided with a star-studded UL team. This year it's a little bit evened out, as I say. There's a good block down. That's brilliant work by Joseph Hochter from Offaly, the vice-captain for UL, preventing a clean strike at goal. And UL managed to come out with it as well. Good work again by Ronan O'Connor. Now they're not getting much change in the forwards either. Their scores have mainly come from distance, but this is better. This is a chance for Sean O'Neill to run, and he makes a bit of space for himself and strikes it really well and puts it over perfectly as well. And the man in the green helmet there from Galway has got the score, and Joe Canning would be happy with that one.
He would, yeah, he would. And Joe Cooney from the same club would be happy too. A man from Sarsfields there, and he's actually had 1 or 2 chances earlier on, but he came out the field and did very well that time.
Right in front of us here, the battle for possession, the ball bobbing around. It's one in the end. A good catch, good claim of the ball, and good turn of speed from Dara Carley. He's certainly been busy in this game, and as he found his rage again, that is 2 in a row for Sean O'Neill. 2 in what, about 30 seconds, and both very similar.
Two very similar scores, coming in from the left half forward position.
And there's me saying that the teams are level, but UL have just opened up a little bit of daylight between the teams. 3 points up, 6-3.
Yeah, and you wouldn't really have noticed it in play, but they definitely snuck ahead in a few scores there. So
yeah, DCU got that 1 point a couple of minutes ago, but haven't really created too many clear-cut chances around the middle. That one played out again. Now that's nicely taken. That's good work, and there's help if he needs it, but he doesn't seem to need it. That's Neil Hogan from Castleknock, and he has put it over, and that's a good response.
Yeah, lovely score. Took it on himself. He had a man outside, but he took his own score. Took his own shot on and stuck between the posts.
Now that is drilled over to the dugout side of the ground here in Clonad, and well taken as well by Evan McAvoy, and he immediately drills it down into the right corner. Challenge comes in. Referee says that's fine. Ball on the ground. It's a long way from us. I'm waiting to see who comes out with that one. It's still down there somewhere. And eventually it's the UL man, it's the 15, Liam Dennehy, who did really well there. And the shot comes in, and it's a great save by Tiernan Dunn. I said there weren't any goal chances. There's one. He definitely went for goal there, but the goalkeeper was alive to it. I see he's got the tights on as well to keep warm, and why not? We're not judging him at all on a night like this. That's good play there by Mike Fitzpatrick, the tip man for UL. And DCU dealing with that, and they've dealt with most things in that full back line, to be fair. They're quite solid back there.
They're very impressive.
They might have an extra player back there, have they?
Hard to see from this angle.
Which maybe helps them. Maybe that's why they haven't won so much in the forwards. Maybe they've got an extra man back there. Oh, there's a strong run. That's Keneally again, the Clare man. That's a direct approach, but he loses the ball. But it might end up falling nicely for Rinn, and he's been pretty good so far, and he's been pretty accurate with that. And that all came from the drive and run, Mike.
Yeah, no, they're getting good success from these runs, especially from 65 in. They're getting possession, putting the head down, breaking a tackle, and getting through and putting it over the bar. Referee's having it.
Yeah, what's he doing there? He's chatting to his umpire.
I wonder if he's just checking score, maybe.
I'm just reading, I'm keeping up to date on the live chat on YouTube, and there's a bit of debate here. Joseph Langton says something about one of the players maybe not being from Young Ireland. He says the programme wrong. I'm not sure what that's about. They're debating Sean O'Neill. Yeah, he's from Blackrock in Limerick, not Galway. Good to mention that because he scored 2 points.
Okay, I was crediting him. We've Sarsfields on our programme here, so.
Yeah, so they're saying it's not there. There's a good effort now as well from Sean Rinn again. Oh, it's come off the post. He got one a minute ago and nearly got another one, and it's actually managed to go over the line and wide, so the goalkeeper, Tiernan Doyle, is going to get a chance to clear this. I'm still a wee bit confused there when I see him with a white jersey, but they'll probably get him a bib at half time. He goes short and gives it to Pádraig Lennon, and Pádraig puts it right down. That's going to go out of play. In fact, it nearly dropped in to the commentary area here, but it's dropped into the crowd down to the right, so he was inaccurate with that one, and I'd say sideline for UL, which we can nearly see if the people move back, and they have. Referee's telling the players to move back. Oh, that's a great strike. That's a brilliant cut from Mike Fitzpatrick there from Drummond in Tipperary. But DCU won it, and they're looking for a score at the other end. That's O'Brien. Tries to get through two players. The referee's giving him an advantage there, but I wasn't sure about that, Mike. It looked to me almost like he fell in there, but maybe lost his footing. I'm not sure, but the referee's right there. Yeah,
he was right on top of it. I know from our angle he kind of went low, but I suppose the hand was in there, so he was probably entitled to his free, all right.
7-4, and Neil Hogan will come up, and he's sort of found his range after missing the first couple. He got one from play there, so you'd imagine he'd be confident enough to get this one over. And on the other side of that, if he misses another one, the management's thinking, well, he can't miss any more, you can't miss three. But without tempting fate here, you would imagine the Dublin man, he drills it hard and gets it straight over the bar. Went for power that time and made sure that 7-5, 2 points in it.
He's striking the ball well tonight. He missed a few, but he's been striking very well.
Yeah, play and from frees. Yeah, one from play, one from a free. There was no nonsense there. Put it in, and 2 points in it. And that's popped into the middle, and that's well claimed there. And it's that big fella Keneally again. That wasn't his ball to win, but he got in and he won it. And that's Rory O'Connell. And has he got the target? No, he's missed again.
Just right, yeah.
He has missed again when you expected him to score there. Keneally's a force in the middle of the field, isn't he, Mike?
Yeah, no, he's very good. He's very impressive. He's breaking through with those balls, and he's breaking through the tackle.
Yeah, that's exactly what he's trying to do. Direct running, powerful running. That's a free for UL. And their number 11, Sean Rinn, is he's actually going to leave it. And who's that coming out? Number 14 coming out, yeah. Keith Smith. He came out to take the one previously, remember, with the goalkeeper had come up. In fact, the goalkeeper is still ambling up the field, but maybe he's just going to talk to one of the management, so he's staying where he is, leaving this to Keith Smith from Killanena. Is that the right pronunciation?
Killanena, yeah.
Killanena.
I think so, yeah.
Same as the captain, Mike Namara. Good distance out, but takes his time. And I think that's over. He's drilled it really well right over the black spot. In fact, they have 2 black spots there, or green spots maybe for the club here. That must be their club colours.
There, yeah.
But it's taken them into a 3-point lead again. Done. Drops it into the middle. That was Mike Fitzpatrick again with a hurl there, just trying to bat it down for his team, but instead it's a 50-50, a battle for possession in there, and eventually it comes out, and that's great work by James Carroll. Blocked down by Sean O'Neill, the Galway man that we thought was a Galway man, but he's actually Limerick. That's good work by Evan Kelly, number 7. But
yeah, he's after blowing him for a throw there. There's one in every game, so maybe that's our free for the throw given out the way. I thought it was a legitimate hand pass from here.
I'm a bit surprised he's actually playing at 7, because he was actually top scorer in the 2022 Carlow Senior Hurling Championship with MLR, Mount Leinster Rangers. He's playing at wing back here today, but penalised there. Now the goalkeeper is so close, he'll definitely hear us if we raise our voice, so we'll keep quiet here. This is Conor Hanley Clark. Long way out, right beside us, and we're in the middle of the field. Powerful connection, but it's gone to the right. It's definitely going right. Might stay in though. Drops in and around the house. The yellow jerseys, the yellow bellies get it away, but over the shoulder, that looks like it could go over. It's gone to the left, and it has gone wide.
Yeah,
a lot of wides.
Yeah, a good few. Yeah, I suppose that's
not going to be harsh in these lads, but there's been quite a few wides.
Yeah. I think a lot of games we see there's a lot of wides. People just get the shots off as much as you can, and maybe they'll probably both see if they improve their conversion rate a bit more. They might get a few points up.
That's the number 7 I was talking about again, Cayley, and it's dropped into the middle of the field for James Carroll. DCU trying a different tactic, I think, in their approach. Mike will come to that in a second here, but this is good driving work by Anthony Lynn from Tulla and Clare at centre half back for UL, and that's dropping down harmlessly to the right. The goalkeeper will pick this one up easily, and he just pops that out to a centre half back, Paddy Langton. That's blocked down. Number 12, Owen O'Brien, who's been very busy in this game, and he's not playing half forward even though he's named 12. He's dropping in around the half back line a lot and winning a lot of ball in there too. He's very busy getting up and down. Now that's spilled nicely. Is O'Connell going to get there first? He's not, because Keely's, but he's going to, yeah, Keely's going to be able to clear. Plays it on a stick a couple of times and then puts it into space here, and that could turn out quite well. Now the speed of this man, Dara Carley, there, for a moment I saw the white of his eyes and he was coming straight at us.
Yeah, he was in full flow there. It was impressive. Now he was if you saw him the height of summer now, he'd be flying there, but he was moving very well.
I love seeing hurling up this close, Mike. You know, you really see the speed and the skill of these kids, you know.
Yeah, I know, it was a great pick up as well to get in his hand, and he was gone like a light.
I was going to say about the tactics, it's interesting. DCU seem to be working it out from the goalkeeper now, because they were putting bombing a lot of balls into the middle of the field, and it wasn't paying off. That was being won a lot there by UL, but they're trying to work it out more now.
Yeah, they're probably trying to avoid UL. It seemed very strong in the centre field. They're trying to maybe bring the ball up to there and then launch it from around 65 in, but they definitely haven't got as many balls into their full forward line in the last 5 minutes as they would have got in the first 15.
Exactly, yeah, and so 8-5's about right, isn't it?
Probably is, yeah. Look, the scoreboard doesn't lie, and UL have had a few more wides in the last few plays there. They could possibly go a few points up.
Yeah, and they had a goal chance too, so they've had the lion's share of attacking, you would say, so they deserve to be in front, but it's only 3 points, which is nothing in hurling. If DCU can get their act together, and they've got it now. That's real well worked there from the ruck.
Nice score.
The number 13, Killian Dunn, and he's put it over as well. He took it out there beautifully, and just it was almost like a scrum there. He went round the side of it and just picked it off. That was a good score. Gets it back to 2 points.
It was a fantastic score, yeah, and there was no doubt about that one. From the minute it left his hurley, he was gone straight over the bar.
And his club is, I'm going to let you pronounce that. Clough Ballycolla.
Yeah, not just maybe 10 miles down the road from here.
Yeah, they won the Laois Senior Hurling Championship this year.
Yeah, they've won the last 3, I think it was.
3?
Yeah, they were in the Leinster final last year. So.
And what level are Clonad at this club here?
I'm not sure.
I don't know. I was in their clubhouse there, and they've got pictures on the wall from 1926, 1928. I mean, there's a history here.
Yeah, no, they're nice. They're not sure what they're like, but they've fine facilities here now. It's great to be here.
Right, ball drops around the 45 for UL, but it's one in there by that number 7 again, Keeley. He's been busy the last 5 minutes or so. Trying to get a hurl on it, a kick on it, anything. Just get the ball. I've seen a few instances of that so far. DCU won the last one and got a score out of it there. It's kicked out, but it's kicked too hard and it's going to be kicked out of play by Sean O'Neill. So I think that's going to be a DCU ball. And all of a sudden we're 25 minutes played and only 5 minutes to go to half time.
Yeah, it's after flying by. It's been a very good game.
Good clean game as well.
None at all. No, it's tough. Like there's no one backing out of any challenges. It's very keenly contested, but very fair too.
And that's well worked by James Carroll there. Back to Connor Cody, and he drills it down into the right corner of the attack. But UL dealing with most things that come out or come down there, and they're coming out with the ball. That's Oisin Walsh, the Waterford man, and they love going for that direct ball too when they get a chance to just put it into that full forward line and let them battle for it. And why not when you've Sean O'Neill in there and they sniff another goal, do they? Referee is blowing and it's going to be a free in.
Yeah, no, they're very lively inside, and Keith Smith there, the Clare man, is a good presence in there. He's a good target man, so you wouldn't be afraid to let the ball in with someone like him in there.
Getting words that full time in the Freshers Football Division 1 League final, and MU 1-8 UCC 2-4.
Okay.
You surprised?
I'm not. Well, youth are going very well. They're after doing the double now in Senior and Fresher Football Division 1, which is very impressive. I suppose a bit of a surprise to go down to the Mardyke and win it makes it even more impressive.
Is that the one they won last year? At home?
Yeah, they won that.
So they beat 2 years in a row.
They've won, yeah, they beat UL in the Freshers final last year, Freshers League final.
Wow, very impressive Maynooth. And of course the game we did last week up at DCU as well, when they beat UCD. Now, there's that man O'Neill again. He's been one of the best players in the first half. Gets it, loses it, but his team still have it, and he's got it again thanks to Sean Rinn. And from a really bad angle, he tries that one from over on the right corner, but it's gone wide.
Gone wide, yeah, gone wide.
You can't blame him for trying it, but it has gone wide. Now the goalkeeper has it, and he's looking to play this really quickly. But I'm interested to know, is he going to go short or long? He's going long this time, very long. He's looking around the middle of the field there, but they're getting no joy, DCU, around there at all.
They seem to be happy. They're just breaking everything to the field, and they have the players there in the middle, and they're winning the ball on the ground then.
And that means the pressure is on the DCU defence all the time, because the ball keeps coming in there. And Keith Smith has it, and he's running right hand side, and it's hooked well, and it's going to go, well, it's going to drop into the goal, but the goalkeeper slipped. Again, that white jersey's a bit confusing, but he slipped there and he's touched it on the ground, and the referee has been on the spot, so free in. There you see it again, actually. Yeah, he just slipped at the vital moment.
Yeah, and O'Neill was on top of him on a shot, so I suppose he kind of, if he didn't pick it up there, he was going to probably concede a goal. So,
but that midfield, Mike, for UL there, John Keneally, Clare, Ronan O'Connor, Clare, they've been very good.
They have, and you can see that their half back line in UL are very strong. They're big men, and ball comes to them at all, they're very contentious. They don't even try to catch it, they're just breaking it on, and they know that they'll have the fellas that come in from midfield and get the breaks and drive forward.
3-point lead, I think that's the most they've been ahead. Now they're 4 ahead. That stretches it a little bit more coming up to half time. 10 points to 6 for UL, and it's that pressure again after winning the ball in the middle of the field. This time DCU try another route to try and get out. Doesn't work either.
No, it doesn't. He was a good puck out, but number 10 there, Éireann McAvoy from Lisdowney and Kilkenny, stood him up very well there. The UL wing forward stood up and forced his DCU man to carry the ball. We have a free here now. It's a difficult free though. So.
Yeah, way out in the right. He had an easy one about 45 seconds ago. Keith Smith certainly going to try this one. Looks like going to the left to me, and quite well to the left. They've had quite a lot of wides. I mean, they've 10 points, but they must have 10 wides as well, or something around that.
Yeah, definitely have to. Yeah, definitely.
But on top, 4 points to the good, and that ball doesn't stick for DCU around the middle there, and it's UL coming at them again in waves. Fitzpatrick involved there. Now they're having to come back out, but this is good play because they get it to Rinn. And Rinn has been very good in this first half. Will he go for his own score? No, he goes for the pass, but it was intercepted, nearly intercepted. That's good persistent play by Liam Dennehy, Limerick man, and he's brought down rather clearly. Yeah. I don't think you need to be a genius to spot that one, and that's a little bit desperate defending once again from DCU. They're beginning to creak under the pressure there at the back, and you'll see it again here, Mike.
Yeah, small bit, and they'd actually won the ball back, but then they lost it a second time, and Dennehy there from Glenroe snuck in, and they had no choice really but to foul him. More straightforward free here for Keith Smith.
And this will make 5 points in it. He's not going to miss from there, I don't think, as we go into added time at the end of the first half, and I don't think there'll be too much added time. Puts it over, and there's 5 points in it now. They'd kept it to 3 for most of the half, but it's now gone to 5. DCU trying to come out. They've been okay up to here a few times. Now, can this one stick? Well, that's well taken. No, he's dropped it, but he's got a free in.
Yeah.
He's got his free, but it's been tricky for DCU in this half. Their attacks have been sporadic, shall we say, and they just haven't flowed when they get up here.
No, we can hear the UL management from across the field, and they're roaring. They're all about tackles there in their half forward line, and if you have a half forward line or midfield tackling as hard as the UL lads are, it's very hard to get any platform to drive the ball in.
It looks like DCU are trying to bypass the middle of the field.
Yeah, but it's easier said than done, especially in the middle of winter when the ball doesn't travel as far as you might get in June and July. But they're here again. Should be another score here.
Should be for Neil Hogan, and it is. Definitely found his range and gets it back to a 4-point game coming up to half time, and there is half time. Entertaining first half, Mike.
Yeah, excellent, very good game, very evenly contested for most part. UL pulled ahead there in the last 20 minutes, or the last 10 minutes, I should say. But DCU came back in there, and that last point was important now to make it a 4 points as opposed to a 5 point deficit at half time.
So that's about right, you think?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, on the balance of play, we've definitely been looking down to our left an awful lot more in the last 15 minutes than to our right. DCU started very well, had a few chances, maybe could have got a goal. They were on once or twice, and he went through, possibly should have passed it or taken this point, but he was probably right to go for the goals. That didn't happen. UL had one goal chance really up the other end of the field, but definitely the points have been flowing fine. UL have been finding their points a lot easier to come by. They probably won a good, I'd say, more frees as well, that they're putting UL under more pressure. So I think definitely they're full value for their 4 point win and a half.
11 points to 4 or 7 rather at half time, 4 points in it, and fair play to them all in these conditions. And after the late start, of course, as well. If you're just joining us, the start was delayed, so we're only just at half time, and it is freezing here. And fair play to all those officials out there in the middle as well. We're going to take a break and try and warm up for 5 or 6 minutes, but we will be back in time for the start of the second half. Perfect timing. The start of the second half. Porrick Dunn, the referee from Colt down the road here in Laois, gets us underway. It is UL in the white, DCU in the yellow. There's a 4-point lead in it for UL after playing very well in the first half. They're playing from left to right as you watch it for the second half here in a very chilly night in December in the Clonad Hurling Club in Laois. DCU win that little battle and they drive it diagonally, looking to the left hand side there, and see if Adam McAweeney can get on the ball. We saw one little moment from him in the first half, but not much else. Mike Hyland, who's on co-commentary here. Mike, we didn't see enough of him. Sure we didn't.
No, like he one great breakthrough in the first half, but he hasn't really gotten a whole pile of possession since then. Could do with getting a bit more.
It looked like they were trying to get him into the game there, but he just wasn't able to get it. But he's the sort of player, maybe if he gets a ball or two, maybe he'd get a bit of momentum going. It's a UL ball though, and I'm leaning over to see where it's gone. They've come into the middle of the field now, and it is UL again, and they've gone for the diagonal ball as well, trying to beat the sweeper in there. And it's fallen nicely for Keith Smith, who ended the first half quite impressively, and he started the second half impressively too. He's going to go for goal. Oh, pick that one out, top corner. The man from Clare there with the first goal of the game right at the start of the second half. He's put daylight between the teams, and that was an absolute rocket. That was unstoppable.
Yeah, it was a great ball in and just got over the sweeper in the diagonal position, and he took his man on, and once he got clear ground, he was gone straight through. Finished it really well past the DCU goalie rather, Tiernan Doyle, who has put on a navy jumper here at half time. We'll be glad to hear. So
yeah, well, it's not done him any good. Yep. He wasn't able to get anywhere near that one.
I don't think anyone will be stopping that shot.
No, I don't think so. Two goalkeepers wouldn't have saved that one. It was a really, really good finish. You could tell once he got it. No, he was on that. Once he got past his man.
Yeah, he was only going for one thing.
And it could be an important score in this game, or you never know. It could waken up DCU a little bit. And they need to waken up. Oh, great catch. Brilliant catch there. And that's the number 6, Anthony Layden from Tulla and Clare. Picking that one out of the sky very confidently, and he's a big fella there, and he did really well. And this is good fast play again, good moving forward in the middle of the field from Ronan O'Connor. That's going to the right and wide though from Sean Rinn, but they're motoring well at the start of the second half. UL.
They are. Yeah, they've picked up where they left off at half time, and they're driving on. They're very strong in the half back line midfield.
So DCU with it all to do now. Not insurmountable by any means, but they need to improve a lot, and they're not winning just a lot of the battles, and they didn't win that battle, so that's why the ball is dropped in again, and it's spilled nicely, and it's that man Smith again, and he's confident he's not going to miss that one either. He wasn't going to pass. I heard someone calling Keith, but when you're in the zone, you're in the zone.
Yeah, and he's in the zone now. He's after getting a nice goal there, point. He got 2 points in playing the first half, and he's got a few frees as well. So
well, we talked about players warming up. He's definitely warmed up.
Yeah.
There's an effort for DCU, and it is Adam McAweeney, the guy we were talking about, and he's put it over. They needed that.
They did, yeah. They needed to score. They were after shipping a goal and a point there, but it's good to see them get back up and keep the game competitive. And if they got another score or two, they could find themselves back in this game very quickly.
And they win this one as well. And again, they're going for that crossfield diagonal, but again, plucked out of the sky brilliantly this time by Oisin Walsh. Good hands at the back. And that's why the corner forward has it now. That's Liam Dennehy. He's going for his score, and it's dropped just beautifully over the bar, but it all goes back to the catch, doesn't it?
Yeah. Again, there that's the big young lad there, number 5 for UL. He's soared up into the sky there. I think
Walsh,
Walsh from the Nire. 4 Mile Waterford, club in Waterford.
That's a couple of good catches in the last couple of minutes, making light of the cold conditions. No bother to these boys. A couple of really nice catches. Winning them a little bit easily. I mean, if you're a DCU, Mike, would you be disappointed that they're winning them that easily?
With maybe a small bit, but with the way the ball came in there, it was always favouring the back. And we just saw that with the goal for UL. We'll say the ball went that bit further out again, so it was favouring the forward. Whereas that time there was probably a bit close. It didn't make it out as far to the sideline as they would have liked.
It's the first time we've seen a real bit of bite between the teams, really. There, isn't it? A little bit of discontent, shall we say?
Yeah, hard to say from this end. I thought it might have been a free the other way really myself just at the time, but Conor Hanley Clark up again to take another free.
Hanley Clark from Kilmallock in Limerick. Going going down there on Sunday for a game. Actually, the All-Ireland Ladies Junior Final is in Kilmallock on Sunday at his home club. He struck that really well. Is it on target though? No, it's gone to the right, I think.
Yeah, it's off again.
Struck it well enough from a fair distance, but not accurately. So that means the other goalkeeper has it now, Tiernan Doyle. He's putting it back more or less where it just came from, but Hanley Clark isn't there anymore. But this is where DCU need to win a few balls. They need to scrap in there, they need to graft. Let's see what way it pops out. They're all digging in there for it. And still not coming out, and the referee just letting them at it, but DCU do get it in the end. And I think that's Peter Clark, the number 10, and it is indeed. He spins there, that's the Westmeath man. And that's a free in. He gets a free at the end.
He did well there now. They hung in there. They won the break, and he was after winning the free. Not an easy free now. From we saw Keith Smith miss one from a similar position in the first half. So Neil Hogan rather here with this important free for DCU.
Yeah, because there's a distance between the teams. 114 to 8. I mean, that's opened up quite a lot since half time, and it's now, well, what's that, 9 points. That happened very quickly.
It did.
Goal obviously helped, but a few points there as well. So they need something pretty special, DCU, and this would give them a start. May have gone to the left, has it? No, he's got it over. He's got it over.
Well struck free.
Good
pressure free, because if they missed that, he said they were going back to 8 points now. So they're going to need a goal at some point, though. It's hard to see them picking them off on points alone.
There hasn't been a threat of a goal, it has to be said, Mike, so far. You can see the air from the breath because it's so cold there coming up, can't you?
It is. It's same with all the supporters and the mentors on the sideline.
Paddy Langton wanting to take that quickly, a bit of urgency about DCU's play, and he puts it down into the corner towards Peter Clark again, and Clark comes in. He's been involved a few times now, but the free out.
Yeah, caught the ball 3 times there, I think, was it?
Oh yeah, he did. Well spotted, Paddy Dunn. He's seen all that before. Top player himself in the Least Senior Championship. That's going to give Hanley Clark the chance again, and it's sort of a sign of the way things are going, Mike, for DCU. They just can't get going. They keep making simple mistakes.
They don't. It's just breaking down on that bit.
They're working hard enough, but
they are working hard, but they're having to work very hard for their scores.
Bit of room there, and he really laced that one. Has it gone over though? No, it's just gone to the right from Ronan O'Connor. So the goalkeeper, Tiernan Doyle. What is he going to change where he's going with this? He's trying to go short, but there's pretty good press from UL. Look at most options covered there. So he's gone as long as he can possibly get it, and it's batted down. And this is going to fall nicely for Owen O'Brien. Turning and twisting, and just pops it out there to James Carroll. And they're looking down into the right corner, but are they going to get possession there? It's spilled, and the UL man is coming out with it, and he gives it out to Walsh again, but Walsh loses his footing, or was he made to lose his footing? Referee says play on. Leyden is in there under a lot of pressure. There's a lot of yellow jerseys there around him, hunting in packs, and they've got the ball back. And they've made a little bit of room here, and there's a chance, I think it's for Neil Hogan, if he can get this over. No, he's put it wide.
No, struck to right and wide. Kind of knew from the way he hit it that he wasn't overly confident in the shot, unfortunately, that time.
So 8.5 minutes into the second half, and it's UL in command. Haven't scored much in the last 5 minutes or so, but they haven't needed to. Haven't really got up that end too much. And DCU, to be fair, really digging in and working as hard as they can to try and win this sort of ball. The dirty ball, I think it's called. You see the breaths all just going up there, and it's almost like a rugby scrum you'd see.
Yeah, they're to win it again there now, fairness to DCU. That's the second one of those they've won in a row.
Yeah, but look, there's more men in white back there, and there's another catch, and it's well taken again by Anthony Leyden back there, and he takes no time in giving it up to Smith to see if he can do a little bit more damage. He came in from the left, now he's trying to come in from the right. He's been well held up this time though. They're saying you're not going to do that again, but that is a good effort from Sean O'Neill. No, it's not a great effort, it's gone pretty well to the left. And there's a good puck out there, spotting Owen O'Brien in space. He pops up just about everywhere, but he hasn't taken it cleanly.
No, he was in there. Definite free for DCU there. It was right in front of us, we could see it.
Yeah, it was an obvious one, yeah. And ball put down into the forwards, but again not sticking there. Killian Dunn unable to take it. It was a tricky one for him to take, but he gets another go at it. I think he's got that. Or is it going to the left?
No.
It's gone left, gone left, gone left.
Unfortunate, no.
It's just not happening for
Yeah,
DCU.
the game could do with DCU getting a few of those now, just to make it a bit more competitive again. Cause
Even just to give them a bit of confidence when
Yeah.
they're trying hard enough, aren't they?
they
You
are,
can see
they're-
that.
no, it's not for lack of effort now. They're just struggling to break down the UL half-back line.
And then Smith is a danger up here. And so is Dennehy and O'Neill in that full forward line. They're scrapping down in that right corner. And UL are keen to put that ball into that full forward line, and there's why. There's going to be a point at the end of this, or maybe even more.
save.
He does
Great
go
save.
low, and the goalkeeper does brilliantly. That's great from Tiernan Doyle in there. Maybe have another look at that as he comes inside here. I couldn't see it too cleanly from where it was, but he comes in, yep, going for goal. I wonder, was it actually the 27? Maybe got something on that as well, but the goalkeeper did well, considering the number 27 was in front of him.
Yeah, no, he did well, and in fairness, Sean O'Neill did very well the way he cut in there from the end line back out and took on the shot. But good save from the DCU defence there.
Actually, was it 27 or was it 21? Just saw a flash of it there. Maybe it was 21. That's Rory O'Connell. Don't think they've put on 27 yet, unless I missed it, which is possible. It's that sort of time in the game now, Michael. You'll see subs coming in, so I'll need you to keep an eye on those.
They could be coming in already now. We might have missed one or two here.
No, I'm following the play. And he's drilled that. He's given it everything, man. Has it gone
Just
to the
wide.
right? Another wide. So it remains 114 to 9. 8 points. We haven't had a score at either side for 5 or 6 minutes now.
No, we haven't, and it just shows you this. I mean, we're in the middle of December here. Scoring freeze isn't as straightforward as it is in summertime. That's the joys of playing at this time of year.
Lennon, number 2, clear on that one. And the pressure's coming right back again because UL have won another battle back there. Now it's batted down, but it's going to fall kindly. No, it's not going to fall kindly for UL. I thought it had, but DCU with Lennon. And he goes short with it. This is nice play around the middle, and the centre half back Langton. Is he going for his own score or just dropping it in and around the house? It's dropping in and around, but goalkeeper deals with it.
Well held with the goalkeeper now.
Yeah, he's been very confident in there, no
Yes,
problem at all.
Yeah.
Now this is Fitzpatrick coming inside, and now it's their turn to go route one. They just launch it, dropping it in around the defence, but that's well taken in there, and it is Langton again, and they get their free.
Yeah, it is after impressing now the last few plays. Langton there for DCU. He's really standing up and being a leader for them.
He's looking to take this quickly. Billy Reid, that is from Glenmore and Kilkenny, number 5. Haven't mentioned him so far, but he's right half back. Clear down around the middle of there is someone who's come in. It was a 27.
Yeah, 27 there for
I was doubting
for
myself.
DCU.
But
That's
yeah, 27 for DCU's in there.
Sean Gallagher from AF Barogue in Dublin.
That's another from Nibro.
Yes, 2 there on there now.
And it's a free for UL. Now he missed one from around this area a minute ago, and he had to give it everything, but it's a little bit closer in, so he might fancy this one. And UL, well, they're bringing their goalkeeper up actually. Here he comes again, Hanley Clark. He fancies it, got one earlier, and he's maybe just keep him warm, be running all the way up there. He
possibly the
says,
thing
get
too,
me out
yeah,
of goals.
Yeah, he has been quiet enough this half. He might want a bit more action.
Yeah,
And brought back a bit here now by the linesman.
yeah, I thought it was a bit further forward, but
Yeah.
obviously the foul must have been back there. Or maybe he's just been really confident and thinking I can put this over.
Yeah, I
from
think
here.
you're allowed to bring the free back anyway. I'm not sure. I don't think you can bring it forward. I think you can bring it back if you're feeling like it.
Well, maybe he thinks the trajectory he hits it out, it sort of suits him. Will we see here? Got one earlier, one in the first half, one in the second. Yeah,
Yeah.
looks good to me, and it's
score.
gone over, and that's the first score in 5 or 6 minutes in this game, and it's UL stretching their lead again. And now we do have subs coming in, at least one, maybe 2 coming in. There's 2 coming in,
Yeah,
one from each side. So 25 UL, Mike.
That's Colin Cleary from O'Callaghan's Mills, another East Clare club.
And for DCU, it's 23, I think.
23, yeah. That's Derek Kehoe from Clubon in Wexford.
That's the changes. Will it make a difference? DCU's goalkeeper Tiernan Doyle leaves it down and around the right hand side of the attack. Can they get it? See McAvoy back there for UL, and it's a DCU ball. I feel I should really pay credit to the officials are going up and down the line here, these freezing conditions, and are out tonight helping this game take place. And I'm sure in your role with the other hat on, Mike, I'm sure you're wanting to echo that. And hold on, I'll stay here to see if there's a goal chance here. It's been well dealt with though by Ian McNamara, the captain. They're coming away with it. Drills it into the middle, and that's going to be battled for again, and it spills, but who's going to get there? Well, it's the sub who's just come on that you mentioned, Keogh. And that's popped in there by Owen O'Brien as DCU try to make a bit of progress, and they don't. So no, they're still in play. I thought it might have gone out. I can't see over those people. So it's back out and around the middle of the field there.
O'Connor has it there, has he?
Ferocious tackling going in, and eventually UL clear their lines and get it down towards number 13, Sean O'Neill again. And he battles for it, but he's fouled, which gives me a chance to let you finish your point there. But the officials.
We've had a very obviously we're indebted to them. We've three here tonight. We've got 3 referees. Two of them are acting as linesmen, and the referee himself, and our umpires. And throughout all the leagues and coming into our championships now, we're indebted to the referees and linesmen and umpires that officiated these games. It's not an easy thing to do at any time of the year, especially in the middle of winter. So we're very thankful to all those who've refereed throughout the year, and we look forward to the refereeing in the championship after Christmas.
And they're out every night. I mean, you've loads of games on every night all over the country.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking 4 nights a week with games on in every corner of Ireland throughout October, November, and into December. So it's not easy. It's not always easy to get them, but we're never without them. So really, on behalf of Clonad Dóchas, we'd like to thank all the referees who've refereed all the games in hurling and football.
So we're now 46 minutes gone. We're into the last quarter. It's getting to that stage where you'll be getting ready, Mike, to take that cup out and make the presentation. We'll be staying on air for that at the end of the game. And we sort of do an unofficial player of the match as well. There's no trophy for it. It's not an official one, but we like to involve people watching as well. So it's getting to that stage where if you want to leave a message in the live chat there on the YouTube page and tell us who your contender or your choice would be for player of the match, you can do that in the next 5 or 6 minutes, and we'll see if we agree with that, see whether Mike agrees with that anyway, and see who we come up with. There'll be a few contenders certainly from UL that played really well today. Game not over yet, of course, but they're looking comfortable at the minute. Now Tiernan Doyle, the goalkeeper's cleared his lines, but the only man there is a UL man, and that's Walsh, and he delivers it back with interest.
Well, whatever the spot is, black or green, that was dead straight over it, and a nice strike there. I suppose DCU goalie would be disappointed with his clearance, but he was under a lot of pressure too inside. But Walsh here from the nigh or 4 mile water struck that ball really well and went straight over the bar.
Another change, Mike, 17 for UL, replacing 10, Evan McAvoy.
Yeah, that's Sean Killeen from Liscarroll Churchtown Gales in Cork is on there for UL.
I think that's the first Cork man that I've seen on either team so far. So a Cork man into the play. Of course, a lot of them would play for UCC, or is it MTU Cork they call it now? I was going to say someone else, but have to stick with these new names.
Keep up,
Yeah, of course there's ATU all over the place down the west coast as well.
Yeah, so
and A stands for Atlantic. Oh, that's intercepted nicely there by Sean O'Neill. He spotted that and takes no time in punishing them.
Yeah, a bit of miscommunication there from the DCU backs, and Sean O'Neill stepped in there and intercepted the ball and just possibly had a goal on there, but he was happy enough with his point. I suppose they're comfortably up at this stage. They're 11 points up now.
Yeah, there was a thriller last night in Division 2, won by Carlow against UL, and there's been a thriller here in a few of these games down the years, but not tonight. It's a little bit one-sided, and there's another sub on for DCU. 21, Mike, who's that for DCU?
For DCU, we have Leon Kennedy from Ballyboden St Enda's in Dublin.
Another dub on, and there's been some clinkers between these two, and these two colleges have won it every year since at least 2016 according to my records.
Yeah, well, UL won the league and championship last year, but they beat DCU in the championship final, and I think most championship finals over the last 4 years have been between these two teams.
Why do you think that is? Is there a reason for it?
They're both very strong, they're both very organised. Two good
colleges. He's going for goal, sorry I interrupted you there, but Billy Reid set that up. He went for goal, going for goal again, but well done by the goalkeeper Hanley Clark. He wasn't going to be beaten there, but DCU definitely needing at least one goal, and they eventually got it over the bar. But they've livened up a little bit there. But sorry, go on ahead.
No, look, they're two strong colleges. They have been for a long time. Obviously, UL would have a huge geographical advantage on most colleges, but DCU have a lot of players from all over the country. But obviously, Kilkenny and Dublin and Wexford will be their main pick, and just because they're very well put together. Paul O'Brien in DCU and Ron Keane in UL run very good operations there. Players are delighted to go there and play there.
Credit to both of them. They've won the last, as I say, 5 at least at this level, so they're leading the way at freshers level. They're the best organised, as you say, and they've taken the titles. And I make it UL have won 2 in a row. If you count 2019, Mike, and 2022, this would be 3 in a row. Of course, there wasn't one in 2020, and there was one in 2021.
I think the final in 2020 was actually due to be played the day that the country shut down.
The first COVID victim.
Yeah, it was gone to be on in Tullamore that day.
The boys had their bags packed and all. Apparently, the bus was packed, and they called it off. So that never happened.
No, it never happened. No, it never got to take place, which was a pity.
Absolutely, yeah. But they came back with a bang last year. UL. I mean, they beat DCU down about 12 points, and now they're going for 2 in a row. I want to say last year. I mean, it was earlier this year, of course.
Yeah. Well, look. DCU obviously will feel they've more to offer, and we still have 10 minutes left here, but they'll regroup no doubt for the championship in late January, early February, and could easily see these two teams playing in the championship final again. Yeah,
we can't judge too much on a freezing night in December here.
No, and of course a lot of other colleges there that'll be looking on here and feeling that they have a point to prove, and will have a big say in the championship, in the freshers championship after Christmas. It's been very even competition so far in the league, and I expect this to carry on. I'd say any one of 6 or 7 teams will be saying that they'd have a realistic chance of making a final and winning it.
Beautifully taken. And has he got a score at the end of it? No, he hasn't. It's dropped there, and there could be a goal there if the keeper doesn't clear his lines here, Doyle, but he does his very best there. It might still end up over the bar. It goes low. Might even have got his hurled at that, but it wasn't.
Saved again. It's tough. It was an awkward shot coming in. It was a nice shot in there from the new man in, the Cork man there for UL, Sean Killeen. Just dipped to the last minute. It was a hard shot for the goalie to save. He dealt with it well.
It was actually, it was a good reaction save, yeah. Not sure, it might have been in top corner. Right to the 65. Right. Oh, here he comes again. He's fancying it. And why not? You were saying his dad's, or I was saying his dad's Dave Clark All-Star for Limerick 1994. And the son can play outfield, he can play in goals, and he can put over points from distance. He's put over 2 so far, and he struck that nicely again, but has it gone to the right? It's over, just inside the post.
It's hard to read from the umpire there. He seemed to hesitate for a second.
I know, when you're doing commentary you're never quite sure, and you wait for the umpire to see what he does, and he was non-committal there. He knew what he was doing. Another sub on there, 25 I think it is for, or no, 25's already on this man here. He's come on wearing the white shorts, so he's easy to spot. They're taking off number 9, Ron O'Connor.
Tommy Phelan from Kilkenny.
Another Kilkenny man on
Young Ireland's in Kilkenny.
So this game fizzing out a little bit. DCU seem to be there, but let's see if UL can do anything from this here attack. That one's just going to fizzle out as well over to the right hand side. DCU rather, if they can do anything special in the last 10 minutes, but it would be very special. Went for goal a minute ago, would have been interesting to see if they got one. Come down that right a lot from the puck out Doyle, and it's batted down easily to Sean Rinn, who says thanks very much, puts it inside there, and here comes Keneally again, who's had a quieter second half than first half, but hasn't needed to do that much in the second half. That's well taken for DCU, though he stole that one, and there's a little bit of room here. And this is the big man, number 19, Paddy Doyle, the dub from Niamh Barrogue, and he leaves it off. Thought he was going to take his own score there, but he leaves it in, and here's a chance, and they are going for goal, and he goes for the number 9, Dara Carley. They get a free out of it, but it was saved there. It wasn't a goalkeeper, it was one of the defenders back there. I think it was 7 back there, Evan Keeley. Or not Evan Keeley, Mike Fitzpatrick, number 7, the tip man for UL.
Is it number 4? I think it was. Is it?
Or was it O'Leary?
Yeah.
Evan O'Leary from.
Evan O'Leary from Mahan. Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. Will they go for goal here, Mike? Do you think?
They probably have to. You know, it's a bit out.
Yeah, they're a long way back. 11 points back, but
No,
sure.
I say he'll take his point here now. The angle isn't really in favour of going for a goal either.
It's Neil Hogan from Castleknock in Dublin. Yeah, he takes his point. Drills it over and takes him to 12 points. And the referee blows for another sub to come in. They're both running down the benches now. It's 119 to 12 and we've 55 minutes gone. So into the last 5 minutes. And you feel sorry for a subs on a night like that, Mike. They must be freezing over there. I'd be delighted to get on.
Definitely, it's not easy. But look, if you're coming on to this UL team, you're going to have to stake a claim because they're, especially we've a fella on here,
22
Mark
for you.
Reardon from Castletown, Ballygrand and Limerick. But look, they're obviously going to be looking to stake a claim for inclusion in the championship, so they're getting a few minutes now to see what they can do.
Keneally's in loads of room here. Keeper spotted him, picked him out, and he's picked the ball out of the sky. Slither nicely into the left hand. And UL enjoying themselves out here. And DCU have dropped a player back, they have a sweeper back there, but still the ball has been so good coming in, and that's a great finish as well. That's a fabulous point. That's one of the best scores of the game.
Colin Cleary, O'Callaghan's Mills there. New man in, he came on there about 5 or 6 minutes ago for UL.
But DCU didn't get close at all there, did they?
No.
The fight is dying a little bit out of them. They've given it everything tonight, but this UL team has just been too strong. But they might still get a score. They've gone into that left corner again to see what they can get, but it's going to come straight back at them.
Well read by the captain there for UL, Ian
Yeah,
McNamara.
he's a fine player.
He is.
This is Sam Burke from Awfully for DCU. Slips it out. Now there's plenty of room here. Could take his point, or he might think he'll just drop this in and around under the crossbar, and that's exactly what he's doing. He's hoping one of the forwards can get on this, and they have got on it. In fact, it's not a forward, it's James Carroll, midfielder, and he's trying his best to get us in there. It's bulling his way through there, but
he's
he's
very
not.
well now, in fairness. He hasn't given up the fight at any stage. Been all over the field. He ended up in the full forward line just there. He was back in his half back line a minute ago.
Yeah, nice little flick there by the full forward Smith, and it works as well. A few tricks coming out now from UL, and why not in the last few minutes of the game? Oh, that's nicely taken as well. Change of direction and just inside the post as well. Or is it? No, it hasn't gone. I thought it was going over.
Yeah.
Didn't have the legs. Last couple of minutes here, DCU finding another pocket of space and plenty of room on the far side. The players over here, but who reaches it is Sean Rinn from Clare. He's been playing around that area most of the game. He's got forward a lot as well, and look at him go. He's trying that down. I don't think it's going to have the legs either. Keeper's going to take that easily. And Hanley Clark just puts it back out there. Smith tries to intercept, but Billy Reid has got it. And DCU going to try once more to knock on that door. They've tried so many times. And there it is, dropping in and around the 21, and it dropped in behind the full back there, but he had plenty of cover, and they've been so organised back there, Mike. They've been so solid at the back.
Anthony Layden there, the centre back, is after stepping back deeper again. He's playing more or less playing as an extra full back there for the last few minutes, just in case there's any chance of a goal. He'll snuff it out, and it's going to be very hard for DCU to get any goals there now.
Just in this last couple of minutes, Mike, could you put your chairperson hat on your head and just tell us a little bit about how it's all going and how much you're looking forward to the year and the plan for February, because you have the Sigerson and Fitzgibbon are all more or less being played off in 5 or 6 days, the finals area anyway of them in mid-February in Waterford.
Our leagues have gone fantastically well so far. Obviously our Division 1 Hurling League final tonight, and we've our Division 1 Senior Hurling League final on the week after next. It's going to be played on the 19th of December between UL and Mary I. Next week we have our championship draws for our Sigerson, Fitzgibbon, for Ryan Cup and Trench Cup. They'll be in Crow Park next Wednesday, the 14th of December. So we're really looking forward to getting all the colleges there to see who they draw for the various competitions. And then obviously we'll be starting our Sigerson Cup in the early January. I think starting on the week commencing the 9th of January, we'll be starting our Sigerson and our Freshers. And if it's given, we'll be starting the week after. And then obviously we're down for Féile CA, as we call it, the championship weekend being hosted in Waterford in the SETU in Waterford there from the 15th to the 19th of February.
Is that the new name for Waterford IT?
Yeah, SATU,
right.
yeah, Southeastern Technical University. It's their first year. It's the first year that they're known as that now. So it takes a bit of getting used to. But they've obviously hosted many competitions there over the years, our ones and other ones, and they've always done a fantastic job. And we really can't wait to get down there. Their facilities are fantastic for players and spectators, and we'll have great games across the 5 days.
I remember being down there about 2011. They hosted as well, and maybe once or twice since as well. Of a few contenders coming in for a player of the match. By the way, Mike, you'll be interested in this. Garrod Howley says Keith Smith or John Keneally, and we also have a vote there for the full forward for UL, and yeah, he's been playing well. That's Keith Smith. As I watch this to see if there's going to be a goal up at that far end. Oh, how did that not go in?
Oh, that kind of sums up their night really. They were just unlucky there. It was clean through and he struck it really well. It just struck it unfortunately past the post and not in it.
Maybe struck it too well. If he'd only half connected, it might have.
The goalie was beaten anyway, but
a few more votes for player of the match. Sean Flanagan thinks Sean O'Neill has had a brilliant game. That's true. He's been the most consistent here today, going forward and back, along with a few great interceptions and along with 4 points from play. Absolutely right, Sean. And Tony Layden gets a vote from Dan Landers and from Andrew Conhedy. Is that Conhedy? And Miguel Ryan says Anthony Layden. And who else? One or two other votes coming in there for Layden. Yeah, that's them. That's all the votes coming in. Who do you think, Mike, for player of the match? If there was a prize, not that we have one, but who would you say has been the best player tonight?
I suppose, look, UL have had a lot of players. A night like tonight, when they win well, you're probably looking towards the forwards, but their backs have been very impressive, and as if they're two midfielders. But I suppose if I was to pick one, I'd probably go with Keith Smith from Kilnane, the UL full forward.
You're thinking of that goal, aren't you?
Yeah, that sealed the game.
It did kind of kill it off, didn't it?
It did.
Right at the start of the second half.
He took it well. He rounded his man and finished it very well. But he got some great scores as well, some great points, and he was a fantastic target man. And they could just hit the ball in, and they were confident that the ball was going to stay in there.
Did you hear that clash of the ash there you were talking a minute ago? That was a loud one, even though it was over the far side.
Yeah, there's been a few now, in fairness.
Into the 3rd minute of added time, and DCU still trying for a goal. Can he get through? He's definitely going low, but too many UL men back there working hard. They've been so good in there.
There's an army of UL men in there now at this stage. There's
referee looking at his watch, so I think we're right in the dying embers of this game. 120-12. I mean, last year they won by 12 points. They're now going to win by, let me add that up, by 11, is it?
Yeah.
Nearly the same again. And last year, or as I say earlier this year, they had a lot of big names.
They mightn't have as many this year, but they have a very, very strong team. 120 is great scoring this time of year, and they probably improved a bit in the second half, but they had a good few wides in the first half too. So I think they're, can be no one quibbling about they've been the strongest team tonight and throughout the Division 1 Freshers League so far this year.
I thought they were going to make it another 12-point margin there, but he dropped that just short, and then the goalkeeper dropped it as well, Doyle. Now he's redeemed himself and put himself into trouble again, so UL have a chance in the last few seconds here to repeat exactly what they did in the last final and make it a 12-point win over DCU, and that's outrageous if it goes over from there. It's not. It's going to go to the left, and Doyle does well to come out and just get to that. And I thought we were going to hear the full-time whistle there, but it was just the one whistle. So
yeah, I suppose if we've had a good few substitutions.
And guess who's coming up?
Yeah, Conor Henry Clark on his way up again now. 63-4, be 64, I suppose, by the time he strikes this. So
I didn't think there were that many stoppages in the second half.
There wasn't, but I suppose there was a lot of substitutions, so they generally allow kind of a...
Or they've been watching the World Cup, see all the stoppage time have been lying out there. Another half an hour. So Hanley Clark from Kilmallock gets a chance to just put the icing on the cake here for UL. 120 plays 12. This to make it 121 and a 12-point gap again. I think he's got it, he has, yeah. He has, and it's a 12-point gap. History repeats itself. Now, surely that's it. No, we go on. A little bit more for you. Late into the night here. He didn't start until, 8:30, so it's now 9:45.
This is probably one of the later games you've broadcast, I'd say.
Well, I'm glad you asked me that, Mike, because no, I actually have filmed a hurling game at 2 o'clock in the morning. I'll explain that in a second, but here he goes. Oh, he's brought down there, and that's going to be a free in, and that's going to wreck that 12-point thing. Yeah, filmed, would you believe, in the Middle East, and they played the hurling. They had a thing they used to have out there called Thursday Timber, so they'd play the hurling on Camogie on the Thursday night, and sometimes it just went on and on into the night, but it was lovely and warm, not like this here. And they just kept going and going, and they'd maybe play every single fixture, and then maybe a game would go into extra time, and then they might have to go to a winning, the next score wins kind of thing. So 2 o'clock in the morning, somewhere like Dubai and stuff. And then the football was starting the next morning at 8 o'clock, but the hurlers didn't really care. But on this island, certainly, yes, this is one of the latest ones.
Yeah, it's the latest. We've had games in third level anyway, but referees after blowing it up there now, and good win for UL.
All right, well, Mike, I'm going to let you put your other hat on. You're going to take those headphones off and go out and do the presentation. All I'm going to say is do it quickly.
Okay,
because we're freezing here and it's late.
A few players here.
So that's Mike Hyland,
Thanks very much,
co-com tonight. Thanks, Mike, and chairperson of the Higher Education Committee as well. He's got the cup here, and he's going to go out and make the presentation. So he's going to go out and bring the players over here and do that presentation to the winning captain. And the captain of UL is number 3, Éireann McNamara from, what was it he said, Killanena in County Clare. Vice captain is Joseph Huchter from Offaly for UL. So they'll be coming over, and we'll have that presentation here in the next couple of minutes. And before then, I'll check your messages on the live chat to see if there's any more contenders for player of the match. Now, as I say, there isn't an award for it, but we're always interested to see who you thought was the best player. Mike Hyland picked out number 14, Keith Smith, another man from the same club as Éireann McNamara, the captain. So good night for their club in County Clare. Excuse me. So just hold on and bear with us for another couple of seconds, or another couple of minutes rather. People are going over there, but hopefully Mike will bring the captain over to us. People are all going in the wrong direction for us, but they will be back this way in a second, because he's going to bring the captain over to us. It's 9:48 p.m. in December, freezing night here in Laois, but fair play to both sets of players for putting on a terrific game tonight. And I can see by the numbers on YouTube, a lot of people tuned in to watch this game tonight. So we hope you enjoyed it. Not too easy to have coverage on a night like this. We're all freezing, but fair play to the team and also to the host club here, Clonad Hurling Club, and they have hosted this game. I haven't been here before, but they hosted. And the players actually seem to be shaping up around the middle. I thought Mike was going to bring his cup over towards us, so hopefully he will do that. I'm sure he will. He was under instruction. So well done to UL. There he is, and he's just getting the players over. So UL and DCU have shared the last 5, and UL have now got 3 in a row. Interrupted by COVID, but still have won the last 3. Yeah, players are coming over now. Just to give a quick mention for the managers of UL: Joe McGrath, Patsy Coffey, David Clohessy, David Foley and James McGrath. And just to give a shout out as well for the team who won it, well, the starting 15: Conor Hanley Clark from Kilmarnock, Joseph Huchter from Offaly, 3 Éireann McNamara the captain, Evan O'Leary 4 from Éireann and Limerick, 5 Oisin Walsh from Waterford, 6 Anthony Layden from Tulla and Clare, 7 Mike Fitzpatrick from Drummondinch in Tip, 8 John Keneally and 9 Ronan O'Connor, both Clare men, 10 Evan McAvoy from Kilkenny, 11 Sean Rinn from Clare, 12 Gerard Sheedy from Clare, 13 Sean O'Neill, a bit of debate about where he was from. I think we found out in the end he was Limerick, 14 Keith Smith from Clare, and 15 Liam Dennehy from Glenroe in Limerick. So the captain is there, Éireann McNamara, and Mike Hyland is there as well, and our camera's on it. We have a microphone out, so we will hear what Mike is going to say as well. So we're going to get that in the next couple of minutes.
Clonad GA
and here we go.
For the use of the field tonight, it's in great condition. We're here in the middle of winter and the pitch is freezing, but there's loads of grass and it was in great condition, so thanks to Clonad. I'd like to thank both teams for a very clean, sporting, tough game. Obviously there's been a bit of a delay getting down here. We got here safely is the main thing. Thanks to everyone for waiting on. got a game started, we got a great game played, so thanks to both teams, management and all that. I'd like to thank Pádraig, our referee, and his linesmen and umpires for officiating the match tonight. I'd like to thank our sponsors, Electric Ireland, for sponsoring all the third level GA, and I'd like to thank Kieran and Tig in Croke Park, and also I'd like to thank Jerome for broadcasting the game here tonight. So without further ado, I'd like to present the Division 1 Freshers Hurling Cup to UL captain Éireann McNamara.
I'd like to thank firstly Clonad for the facilities, the grand pitch to be playing on. I'd like to thank UL for their facilities for training and stuff, and Joe McGrath and the boys for all the work we've done. I'd like to thank sponsors, Castro Hotels and Pat McDonough as well. Thanks to DCU for the game, it was a grand game. You're a fine team, I'm sure we'll see you again in the championship, I'm sure. We're back to the stables, 4-12, get one in. Thanks.
Short and sweet from the captain, Éireann McNamara, and he said it was a grand game, and it was a grand game. We hope you enjoyed it. Well done to UL champions again of the Electric Ireland Freshers Division 1 final here in Clonad in Laois. It's been a long night, it's been a cold night. I walked out there a second ago and there's that frost on the grass there, and it's there already, so very, very cold. Very tricky conditions. We'll just stay on here for about 30 seconds or so to get the team photograph, the winning team from UL. 3 in a row for the boys, who are sponsored, as they say there, by Castle Troy Hotel. Well done to them. All the relatives getting in to get the snap, and the All-Star from '94, Dave Clark, will be in there, I'm sure, getting the picture, and they're all getting a little snap, so recording the moment. But of course, after Christmas is what it's all about. It's nice winning the league, but they have put down a statement here tonight, a signal of intent for the new year. They will be the team to beat. Look at that scoreline, 121 to 13 points. Well done to UL, thanks to the team and to Clonad for hosting. From us all here in freezing County Laois, it's good night.